Hi there, it's Jen, and thanks for joining me. Happy Saturday. Today I am doing a few cards using the January 2018 Spellbinders card kit. I think I mentioned in a previous video that I made the commitment finally to a card kit, and it was to Spellbinders. And the cool thing about Spellbinders is that you can cancel anytime, you can skip months if you need to or want to. And this is January's kit, so they just came out with February's kit, which looks gorgeous. So I can't wait to get that. And what I love about Spellbinders is you get pretty much everything you need to make cards. So I try not to use a lot of stuff from my stash because the kit does give you so much that you don't really need to do that. They provide pretty much everything for you. So this first card is really easy. It has this really pretty pink paper with kind of a faded grid on it and kind of a fade out of the color. And so I just took this flower, and it's got a little bit, I believe it's a little bit of a gold lining, and then this like vellum flower that had a little bit of pink in it, and I popped that up with one of the foam squares, which is included. And then this little card, I guess it was like an ephemera pack. There's a bunch of little paper pieces. So the card just says expect great things. I did grab my Spectrum Noir glitter pen, and I do go over that. But first I take the ribbon, and they gave 3 different kinds of ribbon: a white, a dark pink, and then a light sheer ribbon. And I'm just taking a piece of double-sided adhesive and placing that on my card. And then I'm going to lay a piece of the white ribbon over the top of that to adhere it. And this is just adhesive, I believe from Tuesday Morning. I believe that's where I got it from. So I just go ahead and adhere the white ribbon and then trim off the excess. And then I'll go ahead and lay a thinner piece of double-sided adhesive and then put that sheer kind of light pink ribbon over the top of that. And like I said, I get my Spectrum Noir, and I just go over the little sentiment square and a little bit of the flowers, and that finishes off card 1. Really quick, but I think it turned out really clean and pretty. So the next card is another real easy card, and these dies came with the kit. I believe it came with 6 dies. And the kit that I subscribe to is actually the card kit of the month plus the small die of the month. So it's called Kitschy, and it's only $35. So for this card, I'm of course taking my white card base and then a piece of the light pink paper. And then I just cut the die out for them in the middle of the card. And then I had gone ahead and pre-cut a bunch of different paper patterns and some of the gold from this leaf die that was included. And I end up, I don't know why I did this. I don't use my little Xeron sticker thing very often, but for some reason I was being lazy. I didn't feel like taking my glue pen out, so I thought I would run them through. And so I just ran them through and placed the little floral pieces around the circle of the die cutout. And then I take this sentiment that's in the kit that says be kind. And then there's these little paper flowers, and they have like sharp things on the end, and I didn't want them because they wouldn't lay flat. So I just got my wire cutters out, and I cut those pieces off. And then I take this fabric glue, Fabric Tack. It's really heavy duty glue. And so I took that to get those flowers to stay on the card. The only bad thing about this glue is it has a really strong smell to it, so it's probably best to use it in a well-ventilated area. I just got it from Hobby Lobby. And I'm going to go ahead and adhere the button. But it was, I think, $11, and then with my 40% off coupon. It's only like $6 something, so awesome. So I'm just using a piece of the sticker sentiment, and I go ahead and take my embossing bag and get all the stickiness off of it so that nothing sticks underneath it, and then use the foam squares to pop that sentiment up. And I thought it needed something. It looked kind of plain, so I went ahead and I took this die and used the white and black polka dotted paper. And so I'm just going to take my Nuvo Deluxe adhesive and put each of these on the corner of the card. So each corner I'm just placing yeah, I don't know, it's kind of late here and I'm doing this voiceover, so it's actually Friday night, but this will not be on YouTube until Saturday. So happy Saturday, but it's Friday night. And I think I'm losing it because I'm kind of tired. At any rate, I just take these pieces and adhere them to the corners and then cut off the excess. And I believe that's pretty much it for this card. Another real easy card. Oh, I do add some, I don't know if that was a wise choice, but I do add some of my Wink Stella glitter pen to the pretty white flowers and made them red. So for the third card, I'm taking my white card base and a green panel, and I'm just going to take my tape runner and adhere that flat to the card. And then I take a piece of black background floral paper, and also, oh, it's not the black background. Okay, it's the black and white. The black and white polka dot. And then I do another cutout of a little bit smaller than the first of pink. Pink with the white background flowers. And then I'm just going to take this vellum piece that says happiness looks good on you. I went ahead and used my Nuvo Deluxe adhesive and just put little dots of adhesive behind the letters so that you can't see since it's vellum. I took this flower piece and took the foam squares and popped that up on the card. And I was thinking about taking some ribbon and couldn't. There's some ribbon in this kit that I really wanted to use and I just couldn't figure out. It's the, or trim, it's like a dark pink and it's got the little knobbies on it. If you have any ideas for that, please let me know, because I was so stumped. And then I just take 3 of the pink jewels and place those on the card, and that does it for card number 2. So card number 3 is the black background floral, and so I'm going to take this piece of black cardstock, adhere it to my white card base. And then I'm going to measure out so that there's kind of a triangle coming from each side. I think it's almost like a flap card, I guess, but it's adhered to the base of the card. So I go ahead and I try and measure the middle. I don't get this exactly right, but I don't think it's too noticeable, at least to my eye. So I just kind of measure the center so I can get my cut lines at least somewhat how they should be. And then when I cut it on my paper trimmer, I just put it at an angle. And then take my tape runner and glue those down, and then cut off the excess. And then I took the die, the little rose die that has the embossed leaf on it, and I did a green and a pink. I didn't end up using the green for this card, but I did take a piece of the gold embossed leaf and I adhered that to the pink rose, and I do end up using this piece on the card. And then there's these stickers in this kit. They've got they're floral stickers, and they've got some gold trim around them, and I just took them off of the gold trim. But I went ahead and I made this, I don't know why I didn't cut this out, but I went ahead and made this other rose because my plan was to use both of them, but like I said, I didn't end up using both of them. So here's this sheet. It's got a rose, and then it's hooked with a piece of dimensionals, and so I don't use it's supposed to be a sticker, and I don't end up using the sticker portion, which is the gold. I didn't want the gold, so I just went ahead and used these for the top of the card. Then I take one of the hearts. There's the heart die in this kit, and so I take one of the hearts that I had already pre-made, and I place the rose through it, and then adhere that as one piece through the card. And then I take the sticker from the sticker sheet, or the sticker sentiment, and place that on a piece of the gold foil paper. And the sentiment says, "Live life in full bloom." So I'm just going to trim that down to size, and then I add a jewel piece, and then I go ahead and attach that to the card. And that's it for card number 4. And then this last card is probably my favorite. This is the heart die that came in the kit. You can use it several different ways. It's really versatile. So I do 3 hearts on the bottom, 3 hearts on the top, and so I'm just taking my ruler to kind of try and get my placement somewhat even or uniform. So I just needed a line to kind of go by. So I do 1 up, 1 down, and I do this through the whole card. So there's 3 on top, 3 on the bottom. And then I go ahead and cut out, run through my die cut machine so that I have several of the gold hearts. Originally I was going to do a pink in the center, and then I was having like a pink overload on this card, and so I end up switching the pink to a kind of checkerboard pattern piece that came with the kit. And then I go ahead and cut out the middle heart piece because it does stay attached when you run it through your die cut machine, and I didn't want them attached, so I went ahead and removed those, and then took my Nuvo Deluxe adhesive and put that whole piece on my card base, and then let that dry for a few minutes. Then each of the hearts, I'm going to take a piece of the gold heart and place that in the negative space, and I'm just taking my glue pen and going around the inside. So I do that for each, and then there's the checkerboard piece that I use, and then this little pink sticker came in the kit, so I just placed that behind one of the gold hearts, placed a few of the gems, and added a sentiment, and that is it for this card. This was my favorite one. I just think it turned out so pretty. And that is it. That was pretty quick, actually. That went faster than I thought. So here's a overview of all the cards that I made. And like I said, I was so happy with how these turned out. I think the kit is wonderful. February's kit looks wonderful, and I can't wait to get it. It was just so fun. So here's all the supplies I had left. I had a bunch. I had all the envelopes, of course, which is 10. I had 5 card bases left, and then all this stuff just to make a ton more. That is it for me today. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you got some ideas or were inspired, and thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you next time.